if x is equal to 4 minus 2 times I, and y is equal to 3 plus 5 times I, where I is equal to the square root of minus 1, then what is y divided by x? So we have 3 plus 5I divided by 4 minus 2I. And the way to divide complex numbers is to multiply this bottom complex number by its conjugate. So in other words, what that means is that if we had a plus b times I, that we would want to multiply it by a minus b times I. And these two numbers are called conjugates of each other. Since if we multiply them together, using FOIL, a times a is a squared, and then we have minus a times b times I plus a times b times I, and then minus bi squared. So I'll put I squared times b squared, and I squared, if I is the square root of negative 1, then I squared, we essentially just lose the square root sign. So this is just negative 1. So notice that we have minus abi plus abi, so these go away. And we have a squared, and then minus negative 1 for our I squared, b squared. So that's the same thing, it's just plus b squared. And the main thing to take away from this, multiplying by a complex number's conjugate, is that you completely lose the I, or the square root of negative 1. So we would multiply top and bottom by 4 plus 2I, since this is really just equal to 1, and you can multiply anything by 1, and it won't change the problem. So now we just have to use the FOIL method on the numerator and denominator. So this expression becomes, let's see, we have 3 times 4, or 12, and then 3 times 2I, so that's plus 6I, and then we have 5I times 4, so that's plus 20I, and then we have plus 5I times plus 2I, which is plus 10I squared, all divided by, here we have 4 times 4, which is 16, 4 times 2I, which is plus 8I, and then minus 2I times 4, which is minus 8I, and then minus 2I plus 2I, which is minus 4I squared, and this simplifies to 12 plus 26I, combining these two terms, and then plus 10I squared. And remember, I squared is just negative 1, so this is minus 10. And then on the bottom, we have 16, and then plus 8I minus 8I, these cancel out. And then minus 4I squared, and remembering that I squared is negative 1, this is really just plus 4. So notice the I is no longer in the denominator, which is what we wanted. And now simplifying again, we have 12 minus 10, which is just 2, plus 26I, all divided by 16 plus 4, which is 20. And then it's typical to separate a complex number into its real part and its imaginary part. So we have 2 over 20 plus 26I over 20. And this simplifies to 1/10 plus 13I over 10. And so this is our final answer.